Hi everyone, my name is Malika
My name is Aru.
and we're from Kazakhstan.
So for the final project, we're doing short film. It's more like we're in an interview, and we're asking people from different backgrounds what they know about diversity and how they react in different situations.
So we're gonna ask 5 questions and each person is from different culture, background, and we'll see how they're gonna respond to that questions. Okay, let's start then.
Yay!
Hi guys, we are from Kazakhstan.
First of all, I'm Patrick. I'm from Haiti.
Okay, my name is Arthur, I'm from Kazakhstan.
I'm Sam, I'm from Korea.
Hi, my name is Matthew, I'm from Indonesia.
My name is Kodai from Japan.
My name is Salim and I'm from Libya.
I'm Erica. I grew up in Washington and I live in Tacoma right now.
For me, diversity means people from different countries, nations,
and with different backgrounds.
Individual get into together.
Diversity is some differences. That's what I think about diversity.
That's all?
I mean, that's my representation of diversity.
Okay. I understand the term diversity. Diversity in terms of like ethnicity and nationality through different foreign languages that I speak.
I think diversity is like the degree of the place. Like if there are so many people or cultures coming from other countries.
I don't know, it's a place where people live. I don't know.
I think pulling different types of people, and it doesn't matter like color or race or poverty level or male, female. I think just if you have all those different kinds of things, there's diversity in that.
I think those topics are very important to talk about. That's why when people start talking about it, I really want to join the discussion and to share my thoughts.
I don't like to talk about it.
Why?
Why? I don't know, I just don't feel comfortable talking about it. I don't really care if I'm not involved in conversation, that's not my news, but I just prefer not to talk about it. Because some people might get offended.
I like talking about it, especially like religions, like different religions. Like I like comparing my religion to like that of others.
No, really. I feel like I'm spending most of the time with like Asians. So we have like kind of basic, like similar like cultures and ideas, like the way of living.
Yeah, sometimes I live in my host fam, and then he's American, and his friend live in the house. He's a Jewish, and I think I sometimes talk about like that, like race and gender and cultural differences.
I'm fine with it. And I like to people when they talk and they have arguments.
Yeah, I love that. I'm obsessed with talking to people about their stories and where they're at with life, and so the more they share with me, the more I can understand what's going on, and I love that. So.
Like depend like what the topic is. It's better like if we all being like friendship, like respect each other.
Sometimes people joke about that Asians are good at math. So I've heard this joke several times.
there is a movie called Borat. So some people think it was actually filmed in Kazakhstan. And when some people say like, oh, are you like Borat? It's kind of offensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Because for example, I'm half Russian, half Kazakh. People just ask me like, why you look a bit different from us, from most of the people. I was just explaining normally, without any fear or shame. I don't know.
I find it difficult to like jump into conversation because other students have a stereotype of Japanese, like which is like humble or like not doesn't talk a lot, but only that program.
Sometimes my English is just bad, and my accent is pretty bad. But sometimes I talk with Americans and we're just friends, so I don't think about it a lot. Because we are friends, it doesn't matter.
I react normal. I don't get angry with them or something. It's just the same. They say like, for example, like I don't know, just like I'm from Libya and it's in Africa. They like make them some of them like made a joke and some of them they were like actually they were like you're why you're not black or something like this. But just like I explained them how is it, and yeah, it's just fine.
So I studied abroad in Uganda, and every day, every time I passed anybody, it was like Muzungu, Muzungu, which means like foreigner or white person. So yes, but in that sense, like, I don't know, it didn't make me feel uncomfortable or weird. It was just kind of a funny, like, yep, that's me.
Yeah, there was a situation in my English class. I had a friend from Vietnam, and he had like strong Vietnamese accent. So the other student, he was kind of making fun of him and laughing at him for his bad accent.
I have never experienced that. I knew like had one of my friend did, but it was terrible. Like the way they treat the other culture. I know, but for me, like you know yourself, you know, like it's all being the same. God loves when we all get connected. This is how we can get a better world.
Yeah, of course. I mean, like, but it was mostly in elementary and junior high school, so it doesn't count.
But I guess I can speak based of what I've been experiencing in Russia for 2.5 years. So I would say that like in terms of like discrimination and like diversity, Russia is like less developed than the United States in the sense that they have less experience with dealing with Asian people, especially like Northeastern Asian people. Like there are a lot of Asians from like Kazakhstan, like the Central Asian countries, like adjacent to Russia, but they have less experience with like other side of Asia. So maybe that's why they're like discriminating. For example, there are like different social groups within like school, right? And then when it comes to like allocating different like important positions to students, it was mostly like Slavic white people getting all the important positions. So I kind of like that's when I kind of figured that oh people like our like minorities voice is like less heard in the decision making process.
I have not.
Yeah, maybe we didn't realize. Yeah,
Maybe we're not observe the situation.
yeah.
Like I also made that too. I did that too, but like not in a mean way. But I wouldn't say it like for real.
I feel like because I was raised in a very like small town, a lot of my family doesn't understand like the broader world, and so we've had lots of conversations about different people groups and different religions and why they're all people, and I think they are all the same, and family does not.
I think just everyone should be aware of diversity and everyone should try to work on their own acceptance of different people, and then it will help to make the world better.
I think diversity should be talked more about in English classes, history classes, so students from beginning from elementary school, they will learn more about diversity, different cultures. Yeah.
In my opinion, I think people should get into community, like have everybody get involved into activity, even though we different color. That doesn't matter. The better thing is just respect each other, like being able to make the world a little better. If we do that, I think we're gonna improve a lot for our world to have the great improvement.
Well, sports can definitely help. Yeah, sports events, like food, cultural events involving food. I think we just need to give a bit of more time for people to kind of, for like generations to flow, because we're like interconnected already. Thanks to like telecommunication and transportation, like development and telecommunication and transportation. And I think like as time goes by, like people from like different countries will interact more. And as a result of that, like naturally, people will have like more opportunities to like hang out with different people, and they'll just I think naturally solve the problem.
Talk more to each other. People just should talk more to each other. That's it, pretty much. Communicating, hanging out, not to be afraid to say what they want to say. Being less shy, talking more about cultures, different stuff. Not just sitting with their phones and tablets or computers. Talking more. That's why I love Green River. So many international students. People here from Korea, China, Japan, Kazakhstan, Russia, Indonesia, Malaysia. And there is Lily Pali, my bro from Indonesia. And there is Kodai, my bro from Japan. There is Melvin, guy from Malaysia. Here is Vivian, girl from Hong Kong.
Just talk to your friends, make new friends from other countries, especially in Green River. Or you go to like a cultural event that will improve.
I think in terms of school, like just like Gleaner like accepts so many students from countries all over the world. Unless we interact with others, we don't know what other culture or what other people think. So I think interaction between them is the most important thing.
Oh my god. They need to do a lot. Because people will not like get to each other and together like easily. I don't know. It's hard.
Keep talking to people. I think that's like the best way that we can do life together is just to understand and hear people's perspectives. Because once you get down to it, I feel like everybody has a story and everyone understands people's story once they talk to them about it.
So during this project, we found out that people not always understand the meaning of diversity, especially people from different cultures and different countries. Also, we found out that for most of the questions, they have same in the meaning answers. In most cases, people are fine when a society talks about, a group of people talk about diversity-related themes, and they are not offended when they are pointed out about the diversity. As they said, that's usually because they're used to that, and they find it to be not offensive and a normal thing.
Yeah, some people answer that they do not get offended by people who are saying they're different, because like maybe they don't care, or maybe for them it's not that offensive, but for them it is. So yeah.
For the question about if they have experienced a situation where people are not accepting others' diversity, most of them did not wish to answer this question because it's very complicated theme, which tells us that they're not really comfortable with that. Even though they say they're okay, they show that it's a difficult theme to talk about.
For the last question, everyone's answer was almost the same. They all said that we all need to talk with each other, interact with each other, communicate with each other to improve the existing problem of diversity acceptance.
And that there should be programs or social groups where people could gather and talk about that.
Like cultural events.
Yeah, know more about each other's cultures and religions.